Cold outreach on X will get you clients. Solo cold calling, paid ads, SEO, they all work. But here's the problem. They're the opposite of high leverage. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the X strategy I've used to generate over $10 million in cash collected for our clients at the Birdhouse. And at this point, this system can be used without really lifting a finger. And let's be honest, most people are doing client acquisition the hard way. I've tested many methods when it comes to client acquisition. Cold DMs, paid ads, cold email, SEO, cold calling, you name it. But in my opinion, they all make it harder than it needs to be. See if you can spot the similarity. Cold email, you need tons of different email addresses, domains, complex infrastructure. It's tech heavy. Half your emails land in spam. Cold DMs, you have to send 100 plus a day just to get one reply. Paid ads require a ton of upfront capital and risk that most beginners really can't afford. And even if they do work, the conversion is low because you don't have an audience in the first place. SEO can take 6 to 12 months minimum to see a result, and that's if it even works anymore in the age of AI. And with cold calling, let's be honest, most of your target markets are just not answering the phone. So what's the similar problem with all of these methods? They're all cold. You're interrupting people who don't know you, you're fighting for attention, and you're putting yourself at low authority right away. You're starting from zero every single time you do a cold outbound message. It's like going up to a stranger at the bar and asking them to marry you. But imagine if you come up behind a friend at the bar who's excited to see you. This is the difference between warm leads and cold leads. Content is the warm strategy that builds trust at scale. When somebody reads or watches your content, they're choosing to consume it. They're stopping their scroll, they're taking time out of their day to consume a piece of content that you created. And if your content is good, they start to see you as an authority, they start to trust you, and you start to take up more mind share from their day-to-day life. By the time you DM them, they've already seen multiple pieces of your content, and 80% of the heavy lifting is already done. Not only does this increase your reply rate on DMs, this also increases your conversion rate on sales calls. The more authority you can show up with to a DM conversation or to a sales call, the higher all of your metrics will be. In addition to positioning you as an authority, it's also generating warm leads for you to outbound in the first place. Every time someone engages with your content or follows you on social media, that is an inherent request for information. They followed you for a reason, whether that's to entertain, whether that is to educate, or whether that is to buy. It is your job to send them that outbound message and figure out which one it is. Maybe they just followed you because they enjoy the content, or maybe they followed you because they're actually interested in what you have to sell. The only way to find out for sure is by sending them that warm outbound message. But how do you actually create content that attracts high value followers? It starts with understanding your ICP, your ideal customer profile. This is who they are, where they're from, what they like, what they dislike, who do they support politically. All of these different attributes will create your ideal customer profile and allow you to target them like a sniper in your content. Because the most important thing when it comes to attracting clients through your content is being specific. I can't tell you enough how many times I see people make the mistake of going too broad too early. They think they can give general life advice and attract clients for their YouTube service that costs $5,000. It's important to have a balanced content strategy, but you have to be specific to your ICP, as if you're talking directly to their soul. A great example of this is our client, Jeremy Haynes. He only talks to people who make $1 million per month. So all of the content we create for his Twitter is talking directly to those people. Otherwise, we will attract people who simply cannot afford his products or services. And if you want to get a head start on growing and monetizing your personal brand on X and going a little bit deeper on these strategies, I did just write a 44-page playbook that you can get down in the description below. Just click the link, enter your email, and we'll send that to you immediately. Once you have that ICP nailed down, this is the content framework you can use that we've already used to generate millions of dollars for our clients on X. There are 3 buckets that you want to fit your content into. Bucket number 1 is content that drives engagement and reach. This is the top of the funnel. An example of a post that might drive engagement or reach is a new viral AI workflow that I discovered that I want to share with the world. It can apply to tons of different people and tons of different business owners. Bucket number 2 is content that builds trust and authority. This is your middle of funnel. An example of a piece of content that might build trust and authority is a case study on how we specifically generate 100K a month for clients on X. And bucket number 3 is content that converts people into followers and sales. This is the bottom of the funnel. An example of the bottom of funnel is a lead magnet or a direct call to action to get you to book a call for our service. And that's where most people mess up, is they post good content in maybe the top or the middle and the bottom, but they're always missing one of those 3 key pieces. If you do not have the top of funnel, you're not going to have enough viewers and enough people and eyeballs to actually warm up and convert from the middle and the bottom. If you have too much top of funnel but nothing to convert them, you're going to get a bunch of followers and vanity metrics, but you're not going to actually convert anything into sales. And if you're missing the bottom of funnel and you fill up with viewers and you fill up with followers and you warm them up, but you never ask anything, then you're never going to make money in the first place. Which again, if you're not trying to make money, then be my guest. But I imagine that if you click this video, you are. It's important that you have content at all 3 stages of the funnel every single week, because every time someone follows you, they're at a different level of the funnel, and it's your job to have content that's catered for them and their level of awareness. Think of it this way. Every piece of content, you need to ask yourself one question. Does this connect? Does this prove? Or does this convert? And if it doesn't do one of those 3 things, then do not post it. Now that you know what strategy we're aiming for and what kinds of content to post, you need to have a posting schedule that works. So this is the exact posting schedule I recommend on X as of 2026. You want to post a minimum of 3 times per day, once between 8 and 9 a.m. Eastern, once between 11 and 12, and then once again in the afternoon or evening. Then what you want to do is track your audience engagement time. You can see this directly in your X analytics. If you get X Premium, it's about $8 a month, and you can see how active your audience is every single day and at what time. And then as time goes on, you can shift your content to be posted when your audience is most active. Then what you want to do is have a full content schedule that aligns with the 3 buckets we spoke about before. So Monday or Tuesday, you'll be posting your top of funnel. Maybe Wednesday, you're going to post your middle of funnel. And then on Thursday or Friday, you are going to post that bottom of funnel that will convert to either sales or booked calls. Then you can utilize the weekends to test personal angles and personal stories and memes and all of the various other things that you can post on X. And lastly, and the most important part, is you're going to track the progress and engagement of every single piece of content. Because once you have things that succeed, you want to be able to double down on those buckets. That way you can get even more performance the following week, and so on and so forth. But this leaves one thing that we haven't talked about, and that is, what about going viral? Here's the truth. You do not need to go viral to make a lot of money on X. Viral posts attract huge audiences, but this isn't always a good thing unless it's part of your top of funnel. If you go viral outside of your industry, it is too far above your funnel for it to even convert to sales. What you want is targeted reach, not massive reach. A post with 1,000 views from your ideal customer is far better than a post with 1 million views from people who have no idea or care at all about what you're selling. Additionally, if you're just chasing all the new viral tactics, you're going to go viral once, but your actual consistent day-to-day growth is not going to be good, and it's not going to be sustainable for actually generating warm leads that you can convert. A good example of this is one of our clients, Jeremy Haynes, who just had a spray and pray content strategy before working with us, and you can see in his analytics that he went viral once, but then it just died after that. And once he started working with us, his average day-to-day growth was way up. And on top of that, he still went viral, but this time the virality was within his niche and within his audience. So remember this important quote: never sacrifice relevance for reach. And look, you can continue to grind with your cold outreach strategy, sending hundreds of DMs and thousands of emails every single week. But content is the only strategy that compounds and gets easier over time. And even if you are going to continue with the cold outreach, all of your response rates and all of the effectiveness of that goes way through the roof when you allow yourself to have a content strategy that makes all of your authority and your brand grow. And again, if you do want a full walkthrough on the strategies that we use to generate over 10 billion impressions and $10 million for clients on X, we did create that 44-page playbook that you can grab down in the link below. Just enter your email and we'll send it over ASAP. And if you want to see real exact DM conversations with the scripts exposed of how I converted 5-figure per month clients on X, click this video right here and check that out. As always, I appreciate you for watching. Hope this helps. Cheers.